Death, you can never control me. You can never control me. It might be fucked up. Who knows? It might be fucked up. What about Aki? It might be fucked up. It might be. But who cares? I mean, sorry, not who cares. But it's still the colorway. It's a colorway.
Back together.
We don't have it. We don't have it, sir. We don't have it. I'm telling you right now, we do not have it.
Okay, and if that did not happen, that would make Islam false, correct?
I didn't say it never happened. I said the moon splitting, having scientific evidence for it. We don't have that. There wouldn't be any.
Okay, so there's no evidence for that occurring, correct?
In this life, never go where you're not wanted. I watched a guy get violated by his friends. 15 years they've known each other. They disrespected him. Imagine a couple years ago, I'm 20 years old, I'm working this one summer job at our office. Team leader, she showed me around the building. I identified this one individual. He looks to be a couple years older than me, maybe like 27, 28. I said, okay, cool, let me go and fraternize with this guy. He looks like he could be a good work buddy for me. Cool. Canteen, lunchtime, I go find him, chopping up. He's a good guy. Turns out he's a funny guy. We like football, we're doing this. So we become good friends. He tells me I've got 3 boys. They work inside this building. We've known each other from secondary school. I'll introduce you after the shift. Shift ends. We go downstairs. He shows me his friends. Cool. Now this is important, key information. I'm from Somalia. This guy's from one country. The other 3 of his friends are from a separate country. Cool. Now these guys, they're very receptive, very warm individuals. I'm thinking, yeah, this is a good group of guys. Network is your net worth. Let me stick with these guys. I'm gonna stick with these brothers. Cool. They tell me, hey, we're going bowling. Would you like to row? I said, yes, absolutely. Again, network is your net worth. I need to make friends here. They invite me, we jump in my man's car, they give me the passenger seat because my legs are kind of long. I'm 5'6", my legs are long as hell. They let me sit in the front seat. Fantastic. When we go to the location, the conversation is flowing nicely. You'll think I've known these guys for years. You think I came out of the same room as them, the way we're just bonding. But every so often they would stop and they will speak to each other, to free them in their own language. Me and my man over there, we cannot understand. I'm confused, I'm in the passenger seat. So I turn around to look at my man. I said, yo, what's going on here? Can you explain? I just see him staring out of the window. His head is even resting on the window. He's looking at one abandoned child. I said, bro, I'm trying to get his attention with my eyes, trying to say, what's going on here? He's just ignoring me. Fantastic. We park up the car, we jump out to go to the bowling alley. As I'm making my way there, I pretend like I've dropped something, I'm tying my shoelace, whatever. I like from behind these guys, catch my man at the back, the guy who introduced me to these guys. I saw 1v1 at the back. The other 3 have gone on ahead. I said, yo, what was that about in a car? These men, they're just speaking a foreign language. That's kind of disrespectful. They've known me a couple minutes and they're speaking a different language in front of me. You don't do that, right? He goes, nah, don't worry about it. I've known them for years. Trust me, they've been doing this the whole time I've known them, basically. They'll just stop and speak to each other so they don't want other people to hear. I said, okay, that makes sense.
You can come in if you want to. You don't need to stay out.
You're their friend. They've been doing this to you for 15 years. He goes, yeah, bro, it's normal. They don't want me to hear what they're talking about. I said, hold on. I even had to hold on.
Don't you think it's disgusting to be celebrating someone's death?
Hold on, let me pause this. You can come in, bro. The camera can't catch you. Say again? Because I just came back, remember? But I came back at 2.
Never go where you're not wanted. I watched a guy get violated by his friends. 15 years they've known each other. They disrespected him. Imagine a couple years ago, I'm 20 years old, I'm working this one summer job at our office. Team leader, she showed me around the building. I then his attention with my eyes, trying to say, what's going on here? He's just ignoring me. Fantastic. We park up the car, we jump out to will speak to each other to free them in their own language. Me and my man over there, we cannot understand. I'm confused. I'm in the passenger seat. So I turn around to look at my man. I said, yo, what's going on here? Can you explain? I just see him staring out of the window. His head is even resting on the window. He's looking at one abandoned child. I said, bro, I'm trying to get his attention with my eyes, trying to say, what's going on here? He's just ignoring me. Fantastic. We park up the car. We jump out to go to the bowling alley. As I'm making my way there, I pretend like I've dropped something. I'm tying my shoelace, whatever. I lack from behind these guys, catch my man at the back, the guy who introduced me to these guys. I saw 1v1 at the back. The other three have gone on ahead. I said, yo, what was that about in a car? These men, they're just speaking a foreign language. That's kind of disrespectful. They've known me a couple minutes and they're speaking a different language in front of me. You don't do that, right? He goes, nah, don't worry about it. I've known them for years. Trust me, they've been doing this the whole time I've known them, basically. They'll just stop and speak to each other so they don't want other people to hear. I said, okay, that makes sense because me, I'm an outsider. But you're their friend. They've been doing this to you for 15 years. He goes, yeah, bro, it's normal. They don't want me to hear what they're talking about. I said, hold on. I even had to, hold on, explain yourself. He goes, it's not that deep, bro. It's not that big of a deal. I said, bro, friends don't do that. You think your friend will just exclude you from the conversation by way of a language barrier intentionally when there's a stranger as well? At least do it in private, in front of me as well. That's a violation, bro. He goes, yeah, but it's long. I'm 27 now. I can't go looking for friends right there. Me, I said, if this is what they're doing to their own friend they've known for 15 years, 1.5 decades, what would they do to me? I said, yo, guys, I can't come with you. They said, huh? What happened? I played that age card. I said, I'm 20 years old. My mom, she has one on a curfew. I need to go home immediately. I left that place. People, if you're not appreciated, please don't beg to go. In this life, never go where you're not wanted. I watched a guy get violated by his friends. 15 years they've known each other. They disrespected him. Imagine a couple years ago.
Don't you think it's disgusting to be celebrating someone's death?
On May 2nd, 2011, United States soldiers in Pakistan found and incapacitated Osama bin Laden. Shortly after that, wrestler John Cena announced to a WWE crowd of 10,000 people that we had taken out bin Laden, to which they erupted in cheers and celebration. This guy was a father, and he was a husband, and people were cheering for him being gone. I've seen the phrase, we can't just get rid of people because they have different politics, flying around a lot right now. Bin Laden didn't fly those planes. He wasn't physically taking action in these attacks. The reason why America took him out and why people were happy to see it happen was because he was viewed as a threat to our safety because of his words, because his ideologies and the things that he said radicalized a group of people to take actions that we deemed dangerous. He was taken out because we recognized that his different opinions and his different politics directly led to danger. The reason why it's easy to justify cheering for somebody like bin Laden being taken out is because he was almost unanimously looked at as a bad guy by Americans. Nobody cared how many kids he had, or if he had a family, or if he was a human being. None of those talking points are real. He was bad, he was a threat, and his ideologies were viewed as dangerous. In 2019, a far-right extremist opened fire in a Walmart in El Paso, Texas, specifically targeting Latinos. Over 20 people lost their life that day, and Charlie Kirk was mentioned in that man's manifesto, as well as the replacement theory. Charlie Kirk regularly spoke out against the dangers of immigration, as well as being quoted saying that the replacement strategy is well underway every single day in our southern border.
I casually patted the boss's secretary on the butt, but she wasn't angry at all, and even winked at me flirtatiously. Unfortunately, the boss saw this whole scene, and just like that, I was fired.
This is your last day at RBD, Tom.
I walked downstairs feeling lost and dejected when I suddenly noticed a man in a suit secretly picking up someone else's suitcase. So I quietly followed him and discovered the elevator he took. Stopped at the floor where my company was located. I immediately got on the elevator too, and then I discovered something terrifying. He was actually a criminal. He then took the suitcase to the file room to plant an incendiary bomb, planning to burn this place to ashes. I hurried through the hallway, heading to the break room to call the police. But there was another colleague who hadn't left work yet. I quickly explained the situation to him. We then escaped into the elevator, only to find it had been locked. We had to go to the fire escape, but all the exits had been sabotaged by the criminal. So we decided to split up. I told my colleague to get online and call the police. Well, I went back to my desk to get my phone, but as soon as I got to the hallway, I saw the criminal's shadow, which scared me into running back. My colleague had just connected to the internet when I quickly covered his mouth because the criminal had already followed us in. When he came into the office, the criminal immediately noticed the computer screen was on. I hid under the desk and peeked out to see what was happening. I could see his feet standing right in front of me, and we were too scared to make a sound. The criminal thought an employee forgot to turn off the computer, so he unplugged it and continued searching elsewhere. After the criminal left, We ran in the opposite direction from him. Then I remembered the boss was still in the company, so I told my colleague to find a way to call the police while I went to notify the boss. But when I got to the boss's office, I found it completely empty. My colleague found his own phone, but his first priority was to call his wife. Just as the call connected, the criminal was already standing behind him. Soon after, I also rushed back to the office area, but my colleague was nowhere to be seen. I quietly snuck to my desk, and after getting my phone, I immediately dialed the police. But the phone didn't respond for a long time. Then I realized my phone was dead. I had to charge my phone first, but the criminal suddenly came back again. Luckily, I hid in time, so he didn't discover me. While the criminal wasn't paying attention, I quickly got up and quietly hid in the storage room. Just when I thought I was about to be exposed, I was completely desperate. But at that moment, the criminal suddenly stopped. It turned out my girlfriend had called. The criminal hung up the call, then looked through the photos and names on the phone. This meant I had already been discovered. After that, I had to hide in another room. I lit a piece of paper on fire and held it up to the smoke detector, but after waiting forever, there was no response. I suddenly noticed someone in the building across from us. I waved frantically at that person, but they didn't notice me, and the criminal was walking toward me. I casually patted the boss's secretary on the butt, but she wasn't angry at all, and even winked at me flirtatiously. Unfortunately, the boss saw this whole scene, and just like that, I was fired.
This is your last day at RBD, Tom.
Hello, stupid. Boy, are you stupid, Charlie Brown. You're hopeless, Charlie Brown. Completely hopeless. He's not the kind you can depend on to do anything right. I am in sad shape. I just don't understand it. Instead of feeling happy, I feel sort of let down. I feel depressed. I know I should be happy, but I'm not. I told you he'd scoop it up. Can't you even tell a good tree from a poor tree? Everything I do turns into a disaster. Charlie Brown, you're the only person I know who can take a wonderful season like Christmas and turn it into a problem. Well, I'm the Charlie Brown store. You're the Charlie Brown. You know why that little red-haired girl never notices me? Because I'm nothing. When she looks over here, there's nothing to see. You're depressed, aren't you?
Nobody understands me!
What are you, stupid? Of course nobody understands. Nobody can ever understand.
The only one who can take care of you and understand you is you yourself.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Israel, what part of the world is it in?
Middle East, no?
Middle East, yeah. And is that a tropical climate?
No, not at all. That's
No.
heat. That's sun.
So it's not an Icelandic climate. So it's the heat. It's the desert. So you're by the equator. The funny part about science, dog, is you can duck reality off belief, dog, but you can't duck reality off fact. The equator only breeds dark people, and the further you get from the equator, the lighter people tend to get. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So check this out. How is it that you have cats called Israeli in the Middle East right now that are light skinned? It doesn't make sense, bro. Especially when the fact that you go back and look at the story of Moses. So Moses, he's the lineage of Jesus. All right, he's like the great-great-grandfather. But Moses grew up in Egypt. He grew up under the Pharaoh. He was the Pharaoh's son.
That's right.
Let my
right.
people go.
That's right.
But his people were the Jews, the slaves. So was Moses white? But how could he pass as the son of the Pharaoh of an African country where we know scientifically the equator only breeds dark people?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And you're right there, dog. And Israel's in the Middle East. Is there any other Middle Eastern country you know that the people at mass that were naturally born there are light-skinned?
I don't think the Saudis. No, right?
Nope.
No. They're all. Yeah, it's like.
No. And check this out. I can have somebody that migrates, but I'm talking about the people from the dirt. From the
Yeah, they're
soil,
originals.
Right? Okay. So when you're born in Iceland, there's no sun, so you lack vitamin D. You need to take supplements, right?
Oh my god!
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Israel.
Oh my god! I'm fucking harmed! Oh my god! The KKK? Oh my god, am I gonna get killed? Oh my god! Who are you gonna call? The KKK? Oh my god! Oh my god! Am I gonna get hung? Oh my god! Bitch! Oh my god! Leave out of here. Call the KKK. Call him, bitch. That's why you, bitch, I can record you at the thrift store every day. I go to fucking East Point Mall, bitch. You at the thrift store. Yeah. Look at you. Bitch, you have nails.
We have a variety of positions for anyone with a college diploma.
I never went to college.
Well, there are still some for high school graduates.
I never graduated high school.
Oh, well, as long as you have a driver's license. We have a variety of...
A strict rule that the Weekly Shonen Jump logo must always be as large and visible as possible. However, when it's a one-piece cover with Luffy on it, his presence alone makes the issue instantly recognizable as Weekly Shonen Jump, so the logo more crazy is you don't see them saying this about anybody else. Not Goku, not Naruto, not...
Because they don't need to, my boy. One Piece is the one and only franchise that has to have their little ego struck every chance they get. You know what that's called? That has a name. It's called Little Man Syndrome. This isn't new. One Piece didn't invent anything. They haven't been the only ones taking over the entire cover for Shonen Jump. They're not even big enough to overshadow Naruto's son. The title even is smaller than Naruto. But One Piece always has to overcompensate. They can't just be happy that Naruto is finally over and it has been...
Say it! I raped Jenna! Say it!
I need air. I need some air.
Say it!
The man kidnapped the criminal who had raped his daughter and continuously threatened him with a nail gun. Unfortunately, this triggered the criminal's asthma attack. Despite Luke's attempt at CPR to save him, it was too late, and the situation...
Please. Please don't be one of them. Please don't become a walker.
There's only one thing you can do. You know that.
I don't know if I can.
You have to shoot me, honey.
Please, no.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. All right. I'll miss you.
Me too.
Fuck that.
Please don't be one of them. Please don't become a walker.
There's only one thing you can do. You know that.
I don't know if I can.
You have to shoot me, honey.
Please, no.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. All right. I'll miss you.
Me too.
Fuck that.
Please don't be one of them.
I suddenly noticed bloodstains on my boat. Upon closer inspection, I found multiple traces of blood, clear signs that someone had died on board. Immediately, I headed back to the police station to run tests on the blood. The results pointed to Lewis, someone I'd had trouble with before.
Why was he killed on my boat? Why would he have even been on my boat?
Puzzled by the discovery, I returned home, only to notice that the curtains had been moved. Right away, I sensed an intruder was inside. I deliberately called my own phone to lure the person out.
Hey, Dex, it's Sam. Just want to confirm we're still on for 1 o'clock at Schooner or later.
At 12th and Bayshore Drive. See you there.
It turned out to be Isaac, a notorious crime boss. I quickly realized he was here for revenge. I had taken out his right-hand man just days earlier. When Isaac showed up at the location I'd hinted at, he had no idea it was a setup. He took the phone offered by a waiter, and I fed him false information about where I'd be. Just as I expected, he followed me discreetly. I led him straight into rival drug dealer territory, hoping they would take him out for me. But I had underestimated Isaac's skills. By the time we arrived at the scene, he had single-handedly wiped out the entire operation. It was then that I realized I was dealing with a ruthless and highly skilled killer. Soon, though, I followed a trail of fresh blood and concluded Isaac was injured. If the blood matched his, he'd be facing serious jail time. And sure enough, the test results confirmed my suspicion. Shortly after, Isaac was arrested. As he walked by me, his eyes cut into me like knives, but he knew, just as I did.
You can sit down, you know. Like, they can't catch you. You're not in frame.
I suddenly noticed bloodstains on my boat. Upon closer inspection, I found multiple traces of blood.
This guy was a father. He was a husband. He was in the military from 2004 to 2008.
What time? We start walking? No, earlier I can go at 8 something anyway, because it's my show.
Okay.
So I dictate that.
Well, then be ready by 8.
No, I'm not going to be ready by 8. I'm going to be ready around 8 something.
Negotiations for this biggest of all fights involve the smallest of all details, right down to the hand wraps.
That's not one hand, that's both. We use one roll of tape for both hands?
As is customary, a member of the opposing camp is permitted to inspect. In this case, Pacquiao's head trainer, Freddie Roach, is elected to perform the duty himself.
That tape is too thick.
It's too much tape. It's too simple. He can use too much.
Not in the rules. It says half-inch only.
You have a problem with that?
Yes.
We arguing about the tape? You're arguing about my hands wrap already? What's going on, Freddie?
I want to check the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freddie still. What time? We start walking? No, earlier I can go at 8 something anyway, because it's my show.
Okay.
So I dictate that.
Well, then be ready by 8.
In this case, Pacquiao's head trainer, Freddie Roach, is elected to perform the duty himself.
That tape is too thick.
It's too much tape. It's too simple. He can use too much.
Not in the rules. It says half-inch only.
You have a problem with that?
Yes.
We arguing about the tape? You're arguing about my hands wrap already? What's going on, Freddie?
I want to check the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freddie still. What time? We start walking? No, earlier I can go at 8 something.
Would you rather have an all-black British national football team that wins all the time, or an all-white British national football team that loses?
All-black British team that wins.
All black?
Yep.
But would that actually be a national team then?
Well, I'm not English, so, and personally I would like to see England win. I like the country.
Why are you so mad? Do you have an answer?
He's English. Go to him.
Do you have an answer?
Why can't a black person be British?
Well, what makes someone British? Is it their blood or not?
Heritage when they're growing up.
So if
you grew up in England,
yeah,
are you not English?
So let's say their parents got off the boat from whatever country in Africa, and they were born here. That just makes them British automatically.
If they grow up, I reckon, yeah.
So that's all it takes. So if you, as a British person, go have kids in Africa, would your kids be African?
If they grew up in Africa, I think they would claim themselves African, yeah.
You said they're African. What about the peoples whose ancestors fought wars and built this country? Wouldn't that be a little disrespectful to call the people who just came here British?
If you move to like England when you're like 2 years old, and you're moving up like growing up with this culture, would you not consider yourself English?
If you're black, no. Or
no,
Indian.
I'm asking about you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I mean, I think a white. I still wouldn't say fully English, but more English than a black person.
So
Yeah.
purely because of skin color.
Well, race isn't just skin color. Is it?
I don't know. I reckon that's harsh though. I don't think you can say like, if you were to like grow up here, you'd be more English than a black person to grow up there. That's harsh as fuck. Can't say that, surely.
Do you think some people can assimilate better to the culture? Like people who are European, don't you think they have more similar cultures to British people than someone in Africa?
I don't know, maybe, but if you're growing up, even from Africa,
yeah,
still in the British culture, surely you'd like.
Would you?
Hi there.
Mhm.
Let me know if you need help with anything. My name is Melinda. I work here.
Hi, Melinda.
Cold. Zaro V. Lucci, too cold.
When you leave here, go back in that dorm, grab the first nigga you see. Hello?
Bitch, I silly. I bet y'all shoot your shit out like a busy. I know you're not talking to me. 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 Let's get silly. All that chopper, shoot your shit up. Let's get busy. Paradise. Wow, this. Bro, you can sit down.
No.
Have the power. Not IT, not admins.
The first time Derek walked into the gym, he looked like he didn't belong. Not because he wasn't fit, he was too fit. The kind of body you don't build with motivation, but obsession. Veins like ropes across his arms. Chest full like it had a heartbeat of its own. He had the kind of symmetry and raw male beauty that made even straight men nod silently. That guy looks good, but he wasn't wearing designer shoes or branded gear. His sneakers were old. His gym shirt had a faint bleach stain at the hem. He carried a small nylon backpack. The kind street boys and
Why are those things that blue ray could be a guy be acting to? Those like game things.
What do you mean by game thing?
He be acting to those like games. What are they called?
What game?
Guy, or like just something where it's like those girls gossiping, those schoolgirls gossiping.
You know, yeah, I'm pretty sure you like just be thinking like wheels and shit.
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it. Yeah.
I threw the gun into the airport trash can, checked in at the front desk for a ticket to Spain,
Mm.
and finally placed the briefcase-style sniper rifle on the baggage conveyor belt.
Oh.
When I arrived in Spain, I deliberately...
Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon. Where are you? Just go straight to the sniper rifle.
didn't retrieve the briefcase. This briefcase had once been inseparable from me, accompanying me throughout my entire assassination career. The first
Okay.
time I used this sniper rifle, I broke the world record by taking out the president from 3,815 meters away. Originally, this contract was worth $7.5 million, but the employer refused to pay the final payment and even insulted me. Through my methods, I discovered that the employer was actually the president's son. I found him and returned those words right back to him.
You know who I am. Alliance. Fuck.
On the second assassination, I broke the world record again, killing the celebrity UDC who wanted to change the world from 4,347 meters away on the ocean surface. The fee for this mission was $100 million. I only received a $20 million deposit, with the remaining money to be settled after the mission was completed. At this time, the employer had already seen the news of UDC's death, but he was preparing to refuse payment of the final sum.
The son of a bitch actually did it.
A little self-congratulation is in order, I suppose. And there are a few loose ends that need to be considered.
I was still completely unaware of this and was urging the contact person to
Huh?
tell the
Right there. He's in the room.
employer that the $80 million balance must be settled within 24 hours. The contact person didn't dare delay. She knew well how I would treat those who didn't pay their final payments. She immediately called the employer demanding payment, otherwise they would certainly be killed by my long-range sniping. But her superior didn't respond about the final payment at all.
That you met him, did he ever let anything slip about where he had a base or anything like that?
No, he doesn't let things slip.
Did he ever mention Spain?
Spain? No.
Why? Doesn't matter.
The contact person's name was Gina. She immediately realized that those above were investigating me. Hearing
Grief. Huh. Let me see what other games I've got. Build a bunker. This. didn't get to go inside. I didn't get to go inside. Build your bunker and satellite. Oh, that was telling me how to play. I didn't even read that stuff, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, nigga. Are you not able to hit him from the back? I'm gonna shit back to the bunker. And at the last second, nah, I'm too slick. The last second. Yo, chat, what's good? The person in the chat, what's up? To the person in the chat, what's good? Nigga, fuck no, nigga. I'm up out of there, bro. Oh my gosh, guys. This game is sick. Yo, chat, what's good? To the guys in the chat, what's good, y'all? Type, how are y'all today? Yo, chat, how are you guys today? Bro, chat, you want to know what's so crazy about this game, bro? This game is literally like that. You know that game, Survive? I forgot what's when you're in a bunker, you're with the wife, the kid, and all that stuff. This is literally like that game. I've noticed this is like the Roblox version. Like literally, chat, this game is so good. Chat, you want to know what is it? Like, we need to go get some more resources. Okay, chat, let's take this guy. Let's put him over there in the bunker. The blast is in like 50 seconds. We need to get this shit done quick. Let's get this shit done quick, chat. Get up out of there. Stupid. He is silly. Off the chopper, shoot his shit up. Let's get busy. Haha. Throwing Henny. That's the whiskey. Chat, let's go. Yo, to the viewers in the chat, what's good? To the 3 viewers. You guys type in the chat. How y'all doing? Oh my gosh. Where am I? Okay, let's go. Yo, the chat, the blast is about to happen. Look what's gonna happen. Gonna be a huge explosion. Type one in the chat. Look at that chat. Big ass explosion. GG's. Yo, chat, we got 6 viewers in here. To the viewers in here, what's good, y'all? How you guys doing? Alright, cool, let's go, let's go, let's go. We gotta get this shit out. We have to get more resources. I wonder how long this game can't find no beans, bro. There's literally, bro, there is like no beans. Yo, chat, we need to find, where is beans? Like, there's no beans here. It's like, bro, what's going on? Let's get up out of here, bro. Let's get this shit, let's get this stuff, let's get this stuff. Let's get silly. Off the chopper, shoot your shit up, let's get busy. Like a Billy. Bitch, I'm silly. Off that chopper, shoot your shit up. Let's get busy. Let's get silly. Yo, oh, bro, chat, you know, bro, yo, I checked the chat over here, bro. They shouldn't even let me. I was confused, bro. I thought I had some of y'all in here. Got 6 viewers in here right now. Yo, chat, we lit. None of you guys are typing though. Can one of you guys that are in the chat type, or is like my shit glitching? Is it that I have bots in my chat or something? Okay, hold on. Let me check something. I'm not tweaking. Why y'all ain't typing? Oh, damn. This one is strong. Damn. Who's the guy in the chat watching? What's good, bro? The beans need 2 wood. AFK. Like, yeah, there should be one of them around here, I think. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, Sean, let me take a piss. Gang.
You probably only
Yo, chat. Who's that's in the chat? Hello, sir. Are you having a good day, kind sir? I hope you are, kind sir. Kind sir, I appreciate you. Whatever the ski, whatever the ski, whatever that mean. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, my mouse! My mouse! Okay, I was about to say, like, what the hell is this shit doing? Oh, Trenchy left. Yo, chat, what's good? B Glover needs a revive? Hold on, I have med kits. Oh no, I accidentally used it on myself, bruh. Chat, what the? Did we even get to finally open this room? A pallet. Should have two of these. Yeah, I was about to say. Tires, we should have those. Hey, chat. Yo, who's the person in the chat? Type up, bruh. Why you scared? We ain't gonna hurt you. We not finna bite. Nah, nah, nah. 10 days. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At 16, he often found himself reminiscing about the days when life was simple, warm, and full of love. His parents, Kofi and Mary, were hardworking, but no matter how exhausted they were from their daily struggles, they always made time for him. Back then, their small, cozy home in an average neighborhood was always filled with laughter. Weekends were sacred. Family outings to the park, playful board game nights, and long drives just to get ice cream. Kwame's father, a man of ambition and vision, always found time to bond with his son, teaching him the
Damn, this music is
strategies of chess
fire.
and video
Hold on, let me
games,
dance.
reveling in the joy of fatherhood. His mother, a woman of tradition and wisdom, always insisted he learn his way around the kitchen. A man who knows how to cook will never be at the mercy of another, she often said, handing him a wooden spoon as she stirred a simmering pot. Kwame cherished those moments, standing beside her, tasting the rich flavors of home-cooked meals, feeling the warmth of her presence. But life had other plans. His father's business, once a modest venture, suddenly soared beyond expectations. Within a few years, their family found itself thrust into the world of the elite. They moved out of their humble home into a sprawling mansion in one of the most prestigious neighborhoods in the city. To anyone else, it would have seemed like a dream come true. But to Kwame, it was the beginning of his loneliness. His friends were no longer just a short walk away. Their new home, though grand, felt like a cold, empty palace. His parents, now busy managing a rapidly expanding empire, were constantly traveling. When they were home, exhaustion weighed them down. Conversations became shorter, family dinners became rare, and slowly, the warmth that once defined their household began to fade. His new school was filled with the children of old money, kids who had been born into privilege and knew no other life. They spoke of vacations in Europe, wore designer clothes effortlessly, and carried themselves with the unshaken confidence of those who had never had struggle. Kwame, once so full of life and humor, suddenly felt like an outsider in his own world. His parents believed they were giving him the best, opportunities they had never had, but they failed to see what he had lost. He missed them. He missed his old life. And most of all, he missed feeling like he truly belonged. Kwame had found a peculiar routine. Every afternoon after school, he would sit on the steps of their mansion, watching life unfold beyond the iron gates of their home. He wasn't exactly waiting for anything or anyone. He just needed to feel like he was part of the world again. He watched people walk by, children playing, street vendors shouting out prices, and cars zooming past. It was his way of escaping the silence that engulfed his home. One afternoon, a sleek black car slowed down in front of their house. The engine purred for a moment before shutting off. Kwame looked up as the door opened, and out stepped a well-dressed woman. She was in her mid-50s, elegant and poised, her jewelry subtle yet exuding wealth. He recognized her immediately, Mrs. Nana Mensah, their next-door neighbor. She approached him with a warm but inquisitive smile. "Young man, I've seen you here many times," she said, her voice smooth and confident. "You always look lost in thought. What's on your mind?" Kwame hesitated, unsure if he should answer honestly. But something about her presence was comforting. "I don't know," he admitted. "It's a big house, but it feels so empty. My parents are always away, and I don't really have anyone to talk to. It's lonely." Mrs. Mensah's expression softened. "I know how that feels," she said, nodding slightly. "Loneliness is a cruel thing." Kwame looked up at her, curiosity piqued. He asked, "But you have everything. You're rich, and you probably have a lot of people around you." She gave a sad smile. "That's what people think. But after my husband died 5 years ago, people didn't come around for me anymore. They came for my money. It's a different kind of loneliness, but loneliness all the same." For the first time in a long while, Kwame felt understood. He wasn't just a spoiled, rich kid whining about his problems. His pain was real, and someone else knew exactly what it felt like. Mrs. Mensah straightened and gave him a reassuring smile. "Come, let's change that. You don't have to be lonely all the time." That day, for the first time since moving into the mansion, Kwame felt something close to happiness again. She took him to a high-end entertainment center, where they played virtual reality games and drove toy race cars like two kids. She took him to luxurious restaurants, where the food was art, and showed him the perks of wealth: designer clothes, luxury shopping, and exclusive experiences. Being rich has its advantages, she told him, handing him an expensive watch. You can be lonely, but you can always find ways to be happy. And for the first time in years, Kwame began to embrace his new life. Kwame's life took a turn he never expected. Every afternoon, once school was over, he would rush home, drop off his bag, and make his way next door to Mrs. Mince's house. It had become a routine, one he looked forward to more than anything. She welcomed him with a warm smile, always having something planned. Some days, they stayed in and watched movies, sharing popcorn on her oversized couch. Other times, they cooked together, laughing as they experimented with recipes. Kwame had always been comfortable in the kitchen, thanks to his mother's early lessons. But Mrs. Mensah introduced him to a new world of refined, gourmet cooking, French pastries, Asian stir-fries, and dishes plated like art. She spared no expense in showing him the luxurious side of life. She took him to expensive amusement parks, where they raced toy cars.
Them cougars, man, they be dangerous, gang. What bro, that's you. Them cougars be dangerous, gang. Them cougars, all you young women, you think because you young, you got on the older. I'm not gonna lie, them cougars got it on you, bro. Bro, let me tell you, chat right now, right? I have a hot take. Women who are 30 and are like in their 30s and 40s who take care of themselves look better, in my opinion, than women in their 20s who take care of themselves. I deadass, like people love to say, oh, women age like milk, men age like wine. I deadass feel like if you take care of yourself, I feel like women look better when they're older. That's why I don't understand. I don't know how you niggas be pedophiles, bro. Older women look so good. I swear down. I don't know how you niggas be preds, bro. Some of you niggas just need to swap places with me and we can really make a sweet arrangement.
And played virtual reality.
Hey, but that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? It's just my opinion.
Games. She introduced him to restaurants where chefs prepared food right in front of them, turning a meal into a performance. She took him shopping in designer stores, picking out high-end clothes and stylish perfumes. Being rich is lonely, she told him one evening as they strolled through a quiet, well-lit street in the upscale part of town. But it doesn't mean you can't create your own happiness. Kwame absorbed everything she said, embracing this new way of life. He learned to walk with confidence, to carry himself like someone who had belonged to wealth all his life. And it worked. At school, the other students, once distant, began noticing him. His clothes, his scent, the quiet but powerful aura he
so beautiful, chat. What a Brodesky
carried. He was no longer the awkward boy from an average background. He was different. He was refined. His parents, whenever they came home from their business trips, noticed the change. He was happier, more talkative. They complimented him on his new style, his confidence. Money is good, isn't it? His father joked one evening. I see you're finally enjoying the life we worked so hard to give you. Kwame smiled and nodded. He told them he had made a new friend, someone who showed him how to enjoy the good life. His parents, relieved that he was no longer miserable, encouraged it. It's good to have a mentor, his mother said. Someone older to guide you. They had no idea who this mentor was. As the months passed, Kwame and Mrs. Mensah grew even closer. Their bond was unlike anything he had ever experienced. She was more than a friend. She was his safe space, his escape from loneliness. She listened when he spoke, gave him advice, and treated him like he mattered. She made him feel important. But something changed. One evening, after a long day of shopping, they returned to her house. They had bought a few luxury outfits for Kwame, and he was excitedly trying them on, showing her how well they fit. She laughed, clapping her hands as he strutted around like a model. You're growing into a fine young man, she said, her voice softer than usual. They sat together on the couch, watching a movie. It was a romance film, and as the lead characters shared a passionate moment, the air in the room felt different. Kwame noticed the way she looked at him, not like a neighbor, not like a friend, something deeper, something he didn't understand. Then she leaned in and kissed him. His heart pounded. He was shocked, confused. He had never kissed anyone before, and he didn't know what to do. But he was young, and it felt right in a way he couldn't explain. So he kissed her back, and that night, he learned things about the world he never thought he would. It didn't stop.
Told you, man, them cougars, they be dangerous. Them cougars, they be dangerous. Them cougars, they're dangerous. Whatever, that's ski. Them cougars is dangerous. Let me tell y'all something, man. The cougars is dangerous. Y'all young girls, you think you got some older women? You don't, man. Whatever, that's ski, they had it on top, nigga. 5 niggas on the belt, bro.
What started as an innocent friendship evolved into something forbidden. Kwame, still naive in many ways, didn't question it. He liked her. She made him happy. She made him feel wanted. And for Mrs. Mensah, It was as if she had found something she had lost years ago. Passion, intimacy, connection. She knew it was wrong, but she didn't stop. Neither did he. Kwame had never been happier. Every day after school, he rushed home, freshened up, and made his way next door to Mrs. Mintz's house. It had become a routine, a secret world where he felt understood, appreciated, and loved. They no longer needed grand outings. Just being together was enough. They would cook meals, watch classic romance movies, and sometimes just sit in silence, enjoying each other's presence. Mrs. Mintza treated him like a man, not a child. With her, he wasn't lonely anymore. But reality had a way of catching up. One evening, Kwame's parents arrived home earlier than expected from their business trip. As their car turned onto their street, his mother gasped, clutching his father's arm. "Is that Kwame?" she asked, pointing ahead. They saw him walking beside Mrs. Mintza, their fingers intertwined, laughter on his lips. It was a small gesture.
His parents find out he been messing with them cougars. His parents find out he been messing with them cougars. His parents find out he been messing with the cougars. Let's see how that shit gonna play out.
But it sent alarm bells ringing in their minds. His father tightened his grip on the steering wheel. His jaw clenched. He didn't want to jump to conclusions. Not yet.
Pops, you all up on a nigga dick right now. Chill, Pops. Let a nigga get with the cougars. Pops, let a nigga get with the cougars. You're chilling. You're bugging. Whatever that's key. Let a nigga get with the cougars.
They drove past the pair, acting like they hadn't noticed, and parked in the driveway. That night, when Kwame returned home, he was met with a storm. "Young man," his father's voice boomed through the house. Kwame flinched, but walked into the living room, where his parents stood with furious expressions. "Where were you?" his mother asked, her voice barely containing her rage. "At a friend's place," Kwame answered, trying to stay calm. His father stepped forward. "Don't lie to me, boy. Was it your friend we saw you with? That old woman?" Kwame's heart pounded. "Yes, she's my friend. She makes me happy." His mother's eyes widened. "Happy? Do you even hear yourself? She's too old to be your friend, Kwame. And why was she holding your hand like that?" "She cares about me," he shot back. "She's the only one who does. Where are you when I need you? Who do I talk to when I'm alone in this big house? Who checks on me? Not you." His parents were taken aback. They had never heard him speak with such anger, such raw emotion. "I take care of myself. I wake up alone, eat alone, go to school alone, and sleep alone. And now you want to tell me who I can and can't be with?" His voice cracked. "You never hear. You don't get to act like parents now." His father exhaled sharply. "We're doing all this for you, Kwame. Everything. This house, your future, our sacrifices. It's for you. But I didn't ask for any of this. I just wanted my family back." Then, in his frustration, he slipped. "She loves me. We love each other." Silence. His mother's hands trembled, her face pale with horror. His father's expression twisted into fury. "Go to your room. Now." Kwame had never seen his father so angry. For the first time, he was scared. He stormed off, slamming the door behind him. His parents, meanwhile, shared a knowing glance. They needed to act. And so they did. The following morning, chaos erupted. Kwame woke up to hushed, but urgent voices coming from downstairs. He tiptoed to the staircase and listened. His parents were speaking to police officers. "We want her arrested," his father said firmly. "She took advantage of our son."
He got the cougar in trouble, chat. He got the cougar in trouble, chat. Kwame's cooked.
He dashed down the stairs. "No, you can't do this." His mother turned to him, eyes red from crying. "She manipulated you, Kwame. You don't understand it now, but one day you will. You're ruining my life," he shouted. "She's the only person who's been there for me." But it was too late. That afternoon, Mrs. Mintza was taken into custody. She said nothing, just stared ahead as the police escorted her away. But Kwame knew it wasn't over, and he was right. Within hours, her lawyers sprang into action. She was released on bail almost immediately. Then, she paid a visit to his parents. "You want to play this game?" she said coolly. "Fine, but know that I have just as much power as you do." His parents were taken aback. She continued, her voice dangerously calm. "What I did was wrong, but you know saints either. You left your child alone for months at a time. That's negligence. I can take you to court for that. They blanched. They knew she was right. As much as they hated what had happened, they also knew a legal battle with her could destroy their reputation. Drop the charges, she said, her tone leaving no room for argument. And I'll disappear from his life forever. With no other choice, his parents relented. The case was closed, and true to her word, Mrs. Mensah vanished. She sold her house and moved away, cutting off all contact with Kwame. He tried to find her, but she was gone. He was heartbroken. His parents, realizing how much damage they had done, adjusted their lives. They stayed home more often, made an effort to be present.
Okay.
They took him to therapy.
African parents actually change it for the better. What a sight to see. You know that this is like finding the One Piece. You know this is legendary. African parents actually change it for the better because they notice their mistakes. You know that's actually a legendary moment. This has never been seen before. This is like finding the poneglyph.
But to Kwame, it wasn't necessary. He hadn't been abused. He had been in love. And now he was just empty. Over time, he healed. It wasn't immediate, nor was it easy. But little by little, the emptiness she left behind became less suffocating. At first, he found himself searching for glimpses of her, passing by familiar places they had visited, hoping to see her car in the distance. But she was truly gone, just as she had promised. With time, he learned to embrace his new world. He made friends his own age, not just acquaintances, but real friends who brought laughter and adventure back into his life. He found joy in things he had once overlooked. Late-night talks, school events, spontaneous outings that reminded him of the fun he once shared with her. And though the void never fully disappeared, it no longer defined him. He grew closer to his parents as well. Perhaps they sensed what he had lost, or maybe they finally realized how much they had neglected him. Their business trips became less frequent, their presence at home more intentional. They no longer just asked about school. They asked about his thoughts, his dreams, his life. And for the first time in a long while, he allowed himself to let them in. He never forgot Mrs. Mensah, but eventually, the pain dulled. The memories of their time together no longer haunted him. Instead, they became lessons, fragments of a past that shaped him in ways no one else could understand.
Damn, GG's, chat. That was a good story. I also feel like that was a great way to end a stream. Like, that was a great way to end it off.
They became lessons, fragments of a past that shaped him in ways no one else could.
So, chat, looking like right now is the end. Thank y'all so much for showing up. I appreciate y'all boys for tuning into the stream. But for now, the dawn